Alright guys, here's the review of the Dailos Waveform. So this is actually a prototype watch. It's going to be going live on Kickstarter on the 1st of November. So hopefully I'll get this video out either before then or on that day. But obviously if you're watching this you're going to know either way. So like I say, it's going to be on Kickstarter. So there's going to be a few changes from this prototype, but I'll go through them as we get through the video. So here's the watch itself. So this is the blue dial version, as you can see. They do actually have a few different versions. I'll leave pictures on screen, or the link will be down in the description so you can check out the website and also the Kickstarter as well, obviously. So this is actually a titanium diver. Don't see many of them, especially for the price this is going to be going up at to begin with. So I think it's the early bird they call it. The first price, if you get in on the first day, is going to be $299. For that, like I say, you get a titanium watch. Fully titanium as well, including this clasp, which is a milled one. Really nice. Plenty of micro adjust as well. And it's also got the scratch resistant coating. So, like I say, this has been a review piece, been around quite a bit. I think I'm one of the last, if not the last, to get it. And I can't find any marks on it at all. So it's obviously working well. The only other watch I've had that scratch resistant coating on titanium before is the Hampton H2, which is actually in the background here. But the bracelet on that wasn't as good, especially the clasp, which is why I've switched it out. So this is looking really, really good. If anything, I'd actually say it was better than the Hampton. And that was a really good watch when I first got it. Although there are a few little niggly things. But getting back to that bracelet, one of the first changes is going to be these screw links. This is my first time encountering these double screw links, and I've got to say I'm really not a fan of them. But thankfully, they're going to be getting changed. So they're going to be getting changed out to single screws, which is definitely a good change, because they are far easier to use. Another thing that's going to be getting changed as well is this bezel. I'll quickly show you this. So it's really light at the moment, and it is actually a 90 click, but they are going to be changing it down to a 60 click, but they're going to be making it a little bit tighter overall. So there's a tiny bit of play in it, but it's mainly the fact that it's so light. You can knock it, but again, like I say, they're already addressing that. That's going to be getting changed. So other than those two little issues, I've not had any problems with this watch at all. If there was one other slight thing, I think this indice at the 6 is slightly misaligned, but again, it's a prototype, so they're going to be improving the QC and just overall build, I'm guessing. I've been told that as well, so that will not be an issue when you do get one, if you do pick one up. So now those bits are out of the way, they're the only real issues, like I say. The other few little changes are more just cosmetic things. So first off, it's this chamfered edge here. That's going to be mirrored on the clasp in the final version along the edge, which I think will look good. Just help continue on the design, tie it together a bit better. So that will look nice. Also, there's going to be a few stretch goals on this. So currently, this is actually a ceramic bezel. I actually thought it was titanium, so I did have to check, because they've done such a good job matching it. But apparently they're going to be changing the tone of this ever so slightly, so it matches even better to the titanium. So there's going to be a few stretch goals on this one. First one is going to be a watch roll, because originally it's going to come in a box, but obviously if they hit that you'll get a watch roll. Also, they're going to have options for colour matched bezel inserts matching the dial colour, so that's always good option to have. Thirdly, they're going to be doing a white dial version, which may possibly be lumed. They haven't fully decided yet. And then the fourth stretch goal will be an SW200 option for the movement, because currently this is an NH35. So seeing as we're talking about it, I'll quickly show you the movement in action. As you can see, not that bezel slightly because it is a touch loose. So we've got the crown here at the 4 o'clock. Screw down one, pull it out once, and then you can change the date. And as you can see, it is actually a colour match date window, which is always good to have. And that'll match on every dial as well. So they're all going to be colour matched. pull it out again, second hand stop, square hacking, and then obviously you can change the time. And then push it back in and re-engages. So now that I've moved them out of the way, let's go to zoom in on that dial. So as you can see, we've got a really nice sunburst on this. Really does look nice. So we've got all applied indices. They're filled with lume as well as the hands. Got plenty of lume on there. I'll show you a lume shot in a bit. And then everything else is just printed. So we've got the Dailos logo at the top, then the brand name as well underneath that. Then above the 6 we've got the waveform, automatic, and the fact that this is actually a 300 meter water resistance as well, which is really good. And then like I say, you can see that indice, the bottom is slightly misaligned, but again, like I say, that will be improved on the actual production versions. This is just a prototype, so just bear that in mind. Another thing I really like about this is this bezel. It is a ceramic bezel insert, but you can probably see that all the actual numbers and the marks on it are actually applied. So they are slightly raised, and they do catch the light really nicely. It is a really classy looking diver, this. So I think you've got a great combination of it being rugged, as well as being quite dressy almost, classy looking. So it could be like a great everyday watch. So I'll quickly show you the dimensions, seeing as we're talking about that kind of thing now anyway. So we've got about 13.6mm thick, got a diameter of 40mm, lug width of 20, and then a lug to log of 47. So really nice dimensions. Like I say, this would make a really nice everyday watch, I think. I think it's just a really good package overall. Slightly classy looking, with that bezel, that lovely dial, nice little chamfer details. But then you've got the ruggedness of the titanium, which again is scratch resistant. So I'm probably going to be picking one of these up myself. I'm really liking it. So now let's test whether we've got sapphire crystal on that. Using the trusty diamond selector 2. And as you can see, yep, we have got sapphire crystal. Oh, and I forgot to mention as well, it is actually a double domed sapphire crystal, and it's got apparently 6 layers of AR coating on the underneath. Does seem to be doing the job really well. So now let's get onto the lume. So as you can see, looking pretty good already, and we've got BGW9 on this. But let's charge it up, see exactly what we're dealing with. Oh, another thing to mention as well, when it comes to the lume, if you do decide to get one of the stretch goal colour matched ceramic bezel inserts, apparently that's going to be a fully lumed insert as well, so you'll have even better lume. But again, that is a stretch goal. So there we go. And as you come to expect from BGW9, really nice ice blue. Looks really good. Plenty of it on the hands and the indices. And then that lume pip as well. Really impressed. Do really like it. I do prefer BGW9 personally. Prefer it over the C3. I just like the colour more. But again, this prototype probably not going to be as good as the production ones, but it's holding up really well. Lasts a decent amount of time. No issues with that at all. been impressed, as with the rest of the watch, like I say. Oh, just thought as well, a couple of things I forgot to mention when I was around the back here. We have actually got an engraved case back. So as you can see, we've got the sapphire crystal stated on there, the fact that it's in NH35, titanium, and then the model name, the waveform. And then we've got that anchor. Nothing overly fancy, but looks quite nice. And we've also got solid end links on this as well. And the screw down case back. With this bracelet as well, we have actually got female end links, which is always good. So it doesn't protrude anymore, which is why we've got that really nice compact lug to lug. Oh, I forgot to mention as well also, we have actually got drilled lugs on this, which is always a nice thing to have. But I wouldn't be changing this one out, unless you want it on the leather strap, I guess. But part of the appeal of this watch is that titanium bracelet with the scratch resistance. But other than that, let's try it on wrist and show you what it's like. So this is what it looks like on my 7-inch wrist. Like I say, wears really nicely. Lovely dimensions, compact lug to lug. Nice curvature to those lugs as well. And obviously those female end links really help. And I just think overall this is a really, really good looking watch. With it being titanium, it's really light as well. I'm a bit smitten with this one, as you can probably tell from this review. I don't normally go into like too much my personal opinion on it. I tend to try and stick to the specs and stuff, but I just can't help myself with this one. Like I say, I'm probably going to be picking one up. So if you do want to pick one up as well, don't forget, link to the Kickstarter will be down in the description, as well as the link to the Dailos website as well. But that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.